an online entrepreneur can be quite difficult if you have no one to help you out. That's why reading is one of the best things that you can do. There are a lot of finance books, self-help books, and just general books for entrepreneurs, but in a sea of books, some stand out above the rest. I'm Grace from PrintBest, and in this video, we'll be going through some of the best and most useful books that every online entrepreneur should read. Before we get started, make sure to like this video and subscribe to PrintBest for more videos like this. Share this video with your friends as well to help them out. Make sure you watch until the end because we saved some of the best ones for last. Now, without any further ado, let's start off the list. The first book on our list is How to Start, Run, and Grow a Successful T-shirt Business by Richard Finlay. Finlay isn't really a well-known author or entrepreneur, so many people were hesitant to give this book a shot. However, when it comes to the t-shirt business, there isn't a better guide for you to follow than this book. Finlay makes some great points in this book, such as how t-shirts are an essential item that everyone needs to buy, making it a great industry to break into. He'll tell you exactly why you should start a t-shirt business while also telling you some of the risks and the downsides. And overall, he makes some incredible points. Aside from just telling you why you should run a t-shirt business, he also goes through all the basics that you need to know to successfully run one. He has entire sections of the book dedicated to learning more about designs, how you can print t-shirts, and how you can market them. The printing section is particularly informative, and he goes through just how important print-on-demand services can be. PrintBest, for example, is a print-on-demand service. If you use our service, you can virtually create a t-shirt with any design and have it listed on your website without ever placing a bulk order of it. Every time an order is placed for that t-shirt in your online store, PrintBest will automatically be notified, and it'll take care of the printing and shipping of the order to your customer in as fast as one day. All you have to worry about is pricing and marketing, something that you can learn more about with Finlay's book. Next, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. There are very few books that are as universally recommended to entrepreneurs as Eric Ries's The Lean Startup. This book is absolutely genius since it can be helpful to anyone regardless of their situation. You could have a business based in your garage, or you could be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. If you read this book, you're going to learn some valuable lessons. In this book, Eric Ries sort of redefines what a business or organization is. He goes through some mistakes that a lot of young entrepreneurs make in their strive to become a successful business. He goes through some of his own real-world examples, some scientific experimentation, along with some statistics, and analyzes everything better than any other book I've personally read. The main goal for this book is to lift the fog of uncertainty that many businesses have about their future and their success probabilities. Reading this book will teach you more about how you can experiment with your business, how you can adapt to different situations, and how to innovate. Next, we have The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. The 4-Hour Workweek is a New York Times best-selling guide by Timothy Ferriss, and it has helped millions of people work less and learn more. A lot of financial help books tend to give you advice that simply does not work in the digital age. They fail to account for how much the world has changed over the past few decades, and that it takes a lot more work to become successful now than it did when the authors of those specific books became successful. Tim Ferriss, however, acknowledges how much the world has changed, and in this book he teaches you exactly how you can be successful in the 21st century. Tim goes through his own experience earning $40,000 a year while working 80 hours per week and transforming that income into $40,000 a month while working only 4 hours a week. The main theme in this book is automation and how he outsources anything he can in order to put in as little effort as possible while still earning money. Another great book for online entrepreneurs is Rework by Jason Fried. Rework is sort of like the Bible to many entrepreneurs. In fact, billionaire Mark Cuban once said that if given a chance of investing in someone who reads Rework or one with an MBA, I would invest in Rework every time. Much like some of the other books I have mentioned in this list, in Rework, Jason Fried tells you to ignore some of the age-old advice that we're often given in financial guides. He also makes some fantastic points about how you don't need a lot of investment, partners, or luck to create a successful business. The primary target for this book is small business owners, so you don't have to worry about any generalized advice either. It's clear-cut and to the point. There are some radical ideas in this book, such as not needing an office, not needing to worry about competition, and ignoring plans. But once you read more into it, you'll notice that a lot of it is solid advice that you won't get from any other book. Even if you don't follow it like gospel, it's very important to at least get the perspective. Another great book is Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. Now, if you're a female entrepreneur, you probably already know all of the challenges in the business world for women. Many of these self-help guidelines are books written from the male perspective, and it's frustrating when they ignore some of the problems that only business women have to deal with. That's why one of the best books we recommend to entrepreneurs, but specifically women entrepreneurs, is Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. In this book, Sheryl goes through some of her own experiences as a woman in the male-dominated field. She explains how she was held back and in certain cases held herself back, but eventually she managed to overcome every obstacle that was thrown at her. She went on to become the chief operating officer of Facebook, a self-made billionaire, and the book itself became a #1 international bestseller. And finally, the last book on this list, The $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau. If there was a book that backed up its advice with a lot of research, it's The $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau. Before writing this book, Chris went through over 1,500 businesses that started with very small investments and made over $50,000 a year. From there, he narrowed it down to 50 of the most amazing stories, and from the lessons he learned along the way, he created one of the best advice-heavy books that you can buy right now. Some of the stories that Chris mentions in this book will be unlike anything you've heard before, and the advice itself is extremely valuable. It's a great book to casually read and get inspiration from, rather than follow as a guide. So today we covered some of the best books for online entrepreneurs. If you want to learn more about how to start an online business, make sure you check out the blog on printbest.com. What's the one book that you can't live without? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.